Hello, dear friends, and welcome back to our Daily Women's Devotional. I Am Loved, edited by Carolyn Ruthven Sutton. Today is a wonderful July 19th, and the title of our devotional is Called to Witness, written by Bernadine Delafield. The Bible verse can be found in Isaiah chapter 62, verse 3. You will be a crown of splendor in the Lord's hand, a royal diadem in the hand of our God. Bernadine writes, Billy Graham, the beloved preacher and evangelist, was laid to rest in 2018. His passing triggered a memory. I was sitting once in an airport waiting to board a plane. There were the usual scenes of people eating, sleeping, reading, anything to pass the time. There were parents running after children who had become bored. Passengers huddled around their carry-on luggage. Watching people helps to pass the time, so without thinking much about it, I noticed a tall, silver-haired lady rise from her chair and move across the room. Her graceful figure and somewhat familiar face caught my attention. She was simply but beautifully dressed with a colorful scarf about her shoulders. Her striking features commanded a second look. I watched as we lined up to board. She did not push or become overly concerned for a place in line. By this time, I had a pretty good guess of who this lady might be. Not sure of myself, I said nothing. Yet, as fate would have it, our seats were across the aisle from each other. In preparation for takeoff, I pulled out a Sudoku book, but to my surprise, my pencil was missing. When the stewardess came by for the final check, I asked if she might have an extra pencil. Having heard my request, the mystery lady quickly offered one. As soon as I heard her voice, my suspicion was confirmed. She was Anne Graham Lotz, Billy Graham's daughter. We visited for several minutes. Anne was on her way back to Carolina after a weekend retreat where she had been the speaker. A kindness in her voice represented her well. She spoke tenderly of her aging father. It was clear that theirs was a relationship of love and respect. I remembered her father had once said that Anne was the best preacher in the family, a surprising statement since all his children are gifted speakers. Later in 2018, as I listened to Anne eulogize her father, I sensed clearly God was using her to be a beautiful witness for him. Christian women can and should stand as ambassadors for Christ. We have the privilege of being examples for good in a broken world. We can be kind, compassionate, and lovely, yet overflowing with love, and finally dressed with a spirituality that will crown our being. Bernadine Delafield writes from Florida, United States of America, where she and her husband Trevor are retired. She serves in women's ministries at their church, enjoys music by participating in the church choir, and is active in her community garden club, which satisfies her love for flowers and gardening. Her two most important loves are their 3 grandchildren and traveling the world. Now, some people may say, I can never be a preacher, or I can never stand in front of people and do public speaking, or I can't even make a video to witness, but just by your presence, by the way you compose yourself, sharing God's love through your life and your actions, you can be more of a witness than somebody standing in front of a pulpit. So just remember that the next time you step out of your door, am I reflecting Jesus? And your witness will take care of itself. I hope you're blessed, you enjoyed today's devotional, and I will see you again tomorrow.